Hi everyone, I'm Navarro with DangerouslyHardcore.com, and tonight I'm going to be making mini pumpkin pies. And the reason I'm making mini ones is because if I make a normal size pie, then I'll probably end up eating the whole thing myself. So by making little ones, I can give them away and share the goodness of the pumpkin pie. So I'm going to get started by making the pie crust. I have here half a cup of melted butter, 2 eggs, and I'm going to do 1/4 teaspoon of sea salt. It's always hard to get it in the little spoon, so I find this an easier way to measure it. Perfect. Add that in there. I'm going to whisk it together, just to make sure the egg's beaten all the way. And once that's done, I'm going to go ahead and add in half a cup of coconut flour. And then I already washed my hands. I'm going to get in there and just mix it all together until the coconut oil absorbs all the liquid. And it starts to clump pretty quick. And you just want to make sure you get out all the chunks. And then I've already sprayed my cupcake sheets with some nonstick spray because I'm not going to use the little foils because I'm making a crust. So then what I'm going to do is I'm going to add in a little bit of the flour into one of the tins and press it flat so it fills out the bottom and then up around the edges, just so it's a nice thin layer. And you want to make sure that it's pretty even so you don't have any pieces. You're going to need to add in a little bit more there. And I'll have a little bit leave the edges at the top, just so you get that nice little lip around the edge. So there you can see. And then I'm going to go ahead and fill the rest of the tins just like that. And I'm going to put it in the oven at 400 degrees for about 8 or 9 minutes. And then I'm going to let that cool and then make my pumpkin filling and fill them up. So now that I have my little tins filled with the crust, I'm going to poke a couple holes in each one, just a few, before putting it in the oven. And this crust you can use for both a savory dish, like if you're making a quiche, or since we're making the pumpkin pie, something a little sweeter, you can also add in a little sweetener. So you could add a little Splenda, a little vanilla extract if you want. It's kind of up to you, but you have a few choices. And then once you've poked a few holes in it, you're going to pop it in the oven. It's at 400 degrees. And we're going to let those cook for about 8 or 9 minutes. Check on them, let them cool, and then meanwhile I'm going to start my filling. And we're ready to make our pumpkin pie filling. So here we have our crust that's all cooked up and ready to be filled. So what I'm going to start with is 1/4 cup of granulated Splenda. And I'm going to put in 1 teaspoon of pumpkin spice. And 1 teaspoon of sea salt. And then we're just going to loosely mix that together and set it off to the side. Oh gosh, that pumpkin spice smells so good. It's kind of funny how you need pumpkin spice for pumpkin pie, but that extra bit of cloves and nutmeg really makes a difference. I'm going to go ahead and add in an egg into my mixing bowl and give it a quick beat. And then what I have here is about 6 ounces of heavy cream. And I'm using the heavy cream instead of the condensed milk, just so we keep that carb count nice and low. And I'll mix that all up. I'm going to go ahead and add in my dry ingredients. And we added the Splenda in because we're not using the condensed milk. It gives it a nice sweet flavor. I'm going to go ahead and add in my pumpkin. See if we can get that all out. A little bit left. And give it a nice mix. And the color's beautiful. It's going to give us that nice orange color. It's really stirred up good. Okay, and last ingredient, 1 tablespoon of the coconut flour. And that's going to absorb some of the liquid and thicken it up just a bit. Just make sure that that's stirred up all the way, no chunks. And I think we're pretty much done with that. Got my spoon here. I'm just going to go ahead and ladle it right in to my crusts. And I already have the oven set. It's to 425. And that's what they're going to cook at for about, I'm going to check on them at 10 minutes, but it might take 15 until they're nice and firm. And then we're going to let them cool for a little while. And I have some whipped cream in the fridge that we're going to top it off with.